cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Tigers will get this season underway as toe meets leather. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Leaves it with the back. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29. Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. They had quite the ride last year, made it to the semifinals, couldn't finish the deal. Regression or redemption?
And today we're going to find out, and that's what's cool. Last year did not finish the way they wanted to, but they did get to the playoff. That is an accomplishment. Now, did that raise the level of intensity for these guys for a whole offseason, Jesse, and do they come out better?
I think it has. I think the sense of urgency on this team has actually gone up. There were a lot of people patting them on the back last year. Yeah, you didn't win it all, but you made it to the playoff. Nice job. They're hungrier than they were a season ago. Let's see if that shows itself here today.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Fights his way for a couple, but stops short of the marker. It's 4th and 1. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. They are backing up their pregame words. Their first drive of the game, 4th down in their own end, and they're going for it. Quarterback keeps it. Powers through them. And another broken tackle. There he goes, and runs through another one. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
There are not a lot of head coaches that I think are willing on their opening drive to go for it on 4th down, especially in that kind of field position. But this head coach ain't scared. And he believes in his running back. He believes in his offensive line to go pick it up, and that's exactly what they did.
And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Finds some fresh air. Makes it past the marker. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
I'm amazed by this offense. This is how you set the tone for a game. Running, throwing on the opening drive, driving it right down the field. You've just run to set yourself up now in 1st and goal. They are feeling it.
The Wolverines trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TV.
Out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Guys, let's chat a little bit about Clemson. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
Coverage team down there to down the punt, and they'll spot it just inside the 45.
And these punt returners want to make big plays, but man, oh man, did he make a big mistake. Flipping the field position, defense flying in on him, and he did not secure the football on that play.
So here comes the Michigan offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. From the shotgun, they'll run it. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are. And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback will keep it. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on it if they can stop him on third down. Off play action. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he's knocked down immediately, but they're in the red zone at the 14. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverine.
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. First play of the drive will come from the 9-yard line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Finds his tight end. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You can tell, hanging in there, he knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in there, throwing the football on target and getting the completion.
The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll move the wide receiver. Give to the single back. They drag him down, but not before he picks up a Clemson first down. There's an idea that Clemson can only run the ball when they sort of trick you and get you in space, but they're showing a lot of versatility now.
Yeah, I think the word you were looking for was finesse. They've been a finesse offense, more about tempo and body blows than it is about, you know, being physical up front. But what this unit does...
There he goes! Bulldozes his way through. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going. And the Tigers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Leaves it with the back. He stopped just short of midfield. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 48.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Unleashes one. It falls incomplete, and that'll do it for the quarter. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. They want to run it left here. Oh, he's got a chance. There he goes. He now has 63 yards on the ground, and he wanted to make a first impression, and he's doing that in this opening game.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this, in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll give it to the back. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
And I like the run there. The offense doesn't have to press. They've got some time still left before the half. And more importantly, they've got to cut into this lead. They're down a couple of scores. This would be enormous. The locker room will feel so different if they can punch this in for a touchdown before the half.
Might be changing the route. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
On that 3rd down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on 4th.
It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. Smashes it between the uprights. Now the lead is down to 11. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. The Hawkeyes have been hanging in there, but they're going to need something to break their way, and soon. They're up by 4 over Navy. That's where things stand right now, and of course, if the script is flipped, you will hear about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to pass, it's Avant. It's complete to the left. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them... Dimensional, put him in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Off the play fake. Fires left. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
That's a really nice pass. You can see why this guy right here gives the Michigan faithful a reason to be optimistic. You know, for years we know Michigan has always been good at running the football, but they've got to be able to throw. They've got to be more consistent making big plays through the air. This guy gives them that chance.
And the Wolverines are rolling down the field. Now on the move.
And you can tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. He'll do it himself. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Man, I love that play by this corner. You know why? When you run the option and that thing gets spread out, your DBs have to commit to tackling. And how about the cornerback coming up, sticking his face in the fan, and making a play? You love to see DBs tackle like that.
Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on third down. He's tackled right at the 40-yard line. That is well short of the first down, and let's see if they go for it here. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Wolverines will try to convert on fourth down. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
Timeout, Michigan.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch, converts on fourth down, is still on his feet. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on fourth down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field and catches the defense off guard.
Snap to the back. Runs for the tackle. He's up to 55 yards rushing already here in the first half. It's a season opener, but he's in midseason form. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Back has it. Fights off the defender. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on the first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Calls his own number. Just couldn't find a hole in this defense. They were ready for him and forced him out of bounds, and no gain on the play. Fourth down, and this crowd is making it miserable on this offense. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got his man in the middle. They him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And they must have had a play in practice that they just felt was unstoppable, because they essentially just took away an automatic chip shot field goal to go for that fourth down. But because of the execution, it was just too good. They're looking now to score 6.
Using his feet. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. And that will extend their lead even further. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. And a special teams miscue as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. One more snap coming before halftime. Making side adjustments here. Now adjusting. Looking down the left side. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. Nice pickup on the return there. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive, just like they do at the start of the game. They've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best, to go out here and execute a score.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first.
He lost it high and deep down the left side. It's a big stride inside the 10. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, first and goal.
At the 3-yard line, first and goal, Clemson.
6 Propane! 6 Propane!
They'll try to get it in with the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Clemson is quick to the line. Gets it out quickly. And they knock him down in the backfield. Outstanding play by the defense.
Well, give the defense credit on that one, because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
Now third and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. It'll be fourth and goal, and it'll be a tough one. Motion from the wide receiver. From the gun. Makes the grab. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Trying to turn the corner on the left. Can't get him to the ground. And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Power football with the run. He finds enough room to get it over the 10-yard line, and he's down at 13.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
On the move. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Wolverines will punt it away on fourth down. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Kick is in the air. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. These guys really need to get something going on this drive. They are still well within striking distance, but they have very little to show for their possession so far. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
The Tigers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Pulls and throws off the RPO. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score.
Going for it all. He makes the catch at the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson.
Nice job by the quarterback there of just letting the play develop. He had his eyes down in the middle of the field, and I think when he saw that deep middle area vacated, he said to himself, I've got a guy running right into that area, I'm throwing this thing on time, and this is going to be a touchdown. And that's exactly what happened.
No reason to risk trying to field that one. As it skips through the end zone, it'll be a touchback. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Got a man. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone, or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
The Wolverines can really attack on this second and short. Breaks into the open. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. To the air, it's Avant. Using the quick game. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And how about that? The dying breed of the tackling cornerback. You don't see those anymore. Everybody wants to be great in coverage. Everybody wants to get picks. But how many corners really want to get their face in the fan and make tackles? Nice job by that play.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Ncaa if they can stop him on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Complete downfield. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. And the Wolverines have this offense rolling. Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Throws it back. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
How about the job and recognition by the defense? They knew exactly what they were trying to set up, and they had multiple defenders surrounding that intended target so that there was nowhere for him to go once he caught the ball.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Makes the catch. It's dropped. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. That play didn't have much of a chance to get the first down. Good job by the defense keeping everything in front.
Great job keeping everything in front, and most importantly, making the tackles. Dropping back deep, knowing he's 3rd and long, and I got to get the guy on the ground and rally to the football. Nice job by the defense.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Wolverines will try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drilled as he throws, and they stop him on fourth down with the heat.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football on this fourth down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
First play of this drive comes from the 27. Coming out on first down with the play fake. He's going for it all. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Yeah, and he had an opportunity to make such a big play. Listen, he wasn't wide open with nobody around him, but you got to make that play. You got a little bit of space. You got to haul that in, make your quarterback look good, and make a big play for this offense.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. The running back has it. Oh, he's got some space. He's at the 40. The 20. Kangaroos his way.
Love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get to the second level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle. And with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll run it from the gun. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Can't wait to see how this fourth quarter is going to go and see who can come out on top in this barn burner. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Motion from the wideout. Scanning the field, it's McGuire. And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's incomplete. Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Lofts one high and deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. And the Wolverines will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away.
Man, it looked like that was a house call. He made the first guy miss. It was going to the house. He was going to score a touchdown. And then, man, what a big turn of events. Talk about shifting momentum. He coughs it up, gives it to the other team.
So here comes the Michigan offense. They had to punt last time they had it. Highly unlikely that'll happen here, barring utter disaster. Great field position.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Motion from the back. Toss sweep to the left. Turning it on. Got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Michigan. And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, the receivers, everybody doing their job, and that helped lead to the home run.
And he's coming out of the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll go to the ground. Breaks the tackle. Solid gain to get him out close to the 20. Pick up a 5 to the 19.
You know, you better form tackle better on defense. You had a chance to make a big play, miss the running back, and as a result, he's getting positive yards. Defense has to do a better job of finishing.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wide receiver going in motion. On the run, it's Dickens. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a third and long.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Now backed up in their own end, it's third and long.
Here we go. Okay,
Quarterback making adjustments. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Hit as he throws. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down.
Military stun.
A little floater there that falls incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Makes the catch, and he will score. Touchdown, Tiger. Extra point here will tie the game.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. A pickup of 5.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. It didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it, still in a great position, ready to stay ahead of the chains.
Direct snap. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Got enough for the first down and wants more. And he slides down and gets just enough to move those chains.
And Artie, it's completely changed the game. Like now it's 11-on-11 football. The quarterback used to hand it off and stand there and watch the play. Now he's very much involved in the play. He's running the football so much, and even when he's not, he's making somebody go with him and cover him. So the quarterback scrambling, the quarterback running has completely changed the way people play defense.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. The give to the tailback. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
I love the play call by the offense here running the ball. The score is what it is right now. You don't have to panic. You don't have to throw it every single down. You don't have to go up tempo. Just run your stuff. Be balanced. Run the football. Make sure this defense stays honest.
Here's the handoff. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. This quarterback part of their running game. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. If they tried the field goal from here, it would be 53 yards. They'd love to help the kicker out on 3rd down. A run for the quarterback. Fighting off the defender. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Offense calls a timeout here, critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. A tie game here late, and they do not want to give up this football. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And, man, with that run, I think it kind of handcuffs you. I think you want to save that last time out when you need it for your field goal unit or whatever that looks like. Running the football there, man, keeping that clock ticking. I don't necessarily love that call.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Wide receiver comes in motion. The offense changing the play. Second down, they'll go to the air. That's caught. It's Dickens. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. To the air on first down. Got the quick pass. Out of bounds at the 49-yard line, but not before getting it into opponent territory.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll try the left side. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
And this offense has got to get somewhere, right? That's a couple plays in a row. Like, the clock is their biggest enemy. So we got to find a way to manufacture, push the ball down the field, make something happen with that clock running out.
Looks as if Clemson will have the first down. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
Man, what a great job with the execution in a moment where you had to have it. You score the touchdown, you take the lead. There's less than a minute to go in this game. All your defense has to do now is get a stop and you win.
After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield, it's McGuire. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. Timeout called by the offense. 24 seconds left on the clock.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Wants to throw on first down. Looking for a huge play. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
And this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions, no doubt. It's going to be the same thing here in this 2-minute drive.
Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Looking downfield, it's McGuire. This time it's complete. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
21 on the play.
The Wolverines didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Into the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown. No time left on the clock, and they can tie it with the extra point or win it with 2.
How about this execution late in the game, scoring the touchdown with no time on the clock? These fans are shocked, and they are so quiet. Now, you want to send them home with an L and go for 2? Or you want to kick the PAT and go to OT?
And they'll go for 2 to try to win it right here. And this crowd is deafening, trying to will the stop. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And now they've decided to go for 2. A gutsy call, and the game likely to be decided right here. Looking to throw. He's got it. They convert the 2, and they take the lead here in the 4th.